Hello, this is Andrew from The Accomplished Brain, and I wanted to give you a little stimulation series of the brain. And I know the last couple series I talked about the gut and some of the nutrition, some of the supplements, to help the gut. I want to talk about some clinical amazing things I've seen with the brain and the stimulation. So there's an area in the frontal lobe. It's a more lateral part of the brain. It's called your dorsal. So D said dorsal, L lateral, P prefrontal, and C cortex. So it's in your frontal lobe. It's very lateral, okay? And it's called your DLPC, which is your dorsal lateral prefrontal cortex. Why is that area so important? Well, it's an area where working or short-term memory, people could pull things that have happened in a very short term, that part of the brain. The attention, focus, concentration, okay? As well as that area of the brain communicates with the upper brainstem called your, the upper brainstem, and an area of your upper brainstem is called your superior colliculus. And that area of the upper brainstem basically is the area that communicates back to the frontal and the parietal lobe to reestablish the map that the brain has called the somatic map. Why is the somatic map important? Because the map can tell us where body parts are. So the brain understands where its body parts are and where the body parts are in relationship to other body parts and the environment. So very important for coordination, very important for gait, very important for movement, to have the somatic map to work, to have the superior colliculus work, to make sure that the map works. And a lot of times what happens is to directly stimulate that area, the superior colliculus, to reestablish the map, is you do these eye movements called a gap stimulus saccade. You have a target, take the target away, and the target reappears. What happens is that exercise looks very easy, but it's very, very neurologically taxing on the system. And people tend to fatigue right away. And when I mean they fatigue is you retest that area and they get worse. Or you retest another area of the brain and their balance or their coordination is completely off. So my question is, what do you do? What happens if you know the map in the upper brainstem needs to be reestablished? You know that doing these gap stimulus saccade exercises where here's a target, pull it away, the target reappears. What happens, right? And you say, well, what do you do? So now, can I go to alternate areas, right? Can I understand that alternate areas can activate the upper brainstem? Can I understand that? Yes, and that's what my program is all about. That's why I've been able to get some great results. That's why I've been able to help so many people. I want to help you. That's why I give this really amazing information out. So the first thing is this, is how do we get the upper brainstem to work? Well, one area we talked about in our series of head movements and your up and down and your ability of your eyes to look at a target. What's happening is you're activating your inner ear system, and this inner ear system communicates to the upper brainstem. So that's one way we could get that up. And then you'll see when you do these up and down head movements while your eyes are looking at the target, you'll retest coordination and you'll see the coordination will get better. Well, the other area, how you could do that is to get the dorsal lateral prefrontal cortex. Well, one way to get the dorsal lateral prefrontal cortex is to do another really high-end movement, an anti-saccade. So meaning that if I look straight ahead and my thumbs are the target and I wiggle to, my one thumb wiggles, my eye, you're going to do an anti-saccade, so you're going to move to an opposite target. What happens is, in that case, again, clients tend to fatigue with those. Those are really high-end exercises. And those are exercises I want to get a client into, and as they progress and they get better and they start really functioning amazing, I get them into those exercises and they even get better. But what happens if I can't get them into that exercise, that really challenging neurological exercise. Can I do another exercise? Yes. So the way I can activate the dorsal lateral prefrontal cortex is I can have a target and just say your tracking system is intact. So your temporal lobes are working properly. What I could do is I could have them track a target, take the target away, and continue to imagine, which will put that your eyes are still moving. So I track a target, pull the target away, and my eyes continue to track without the target. And what that does is that stimulates the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. It helps with short-term memory, concentration, focus, attention, okay? And it communicates with the upper brainstem, so it reestablishes the map in the brain. So now my coordination, my movement is so much better and so much smoother. I just love to share this information because I love to help people improve their health. Thank you.